What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, Tuesday, whatever day you guys are catching this on. Thank you guys for making us part of your podcasting details and everything like that, for listening for all the uh, week zero recap.
Shut up, bitch!
Do a quick little recap video for those who did not see Iowa State and Kansas State.
Tyler Perkins, fourth year as the starting punter. And Dylan Edwards, very dangerous with the ball in his hands, has to backpedal, and he
Okay. You both need to calm down.
Both? Yes, I did. I'm completely calm!
Pitch the solid ball on the ground! And
who let the Lemonhead into the room? You are a waste of life, and you should give up.
Kansas State falls on it. It's Austin Romaine coming up with the football. 2 turnovers in 5 minutes. Kansas State rushes 5, back thrown to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Good pass, baby. Good pass.
Defensive lineman. And Johnson will keep it himself, and Johnson heads for the end zone. Touchdown, K-State.
Defense! On me!
Backed up 3rd down and 9. Gets leveled and fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Kansas State. Back, hoisted deep into the end zone.
Ask me about my winner!
Dropping dimes, man.
Pumps, looks deep, got a receiver.
Good grief, he's naked!
Chase Brown walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Excellent runner. They do snap it to him. He will keep it. And it is close. He got turnover on downs, and Iowa State takes over at the K-State 30. Moving left, throws it deep, got a man wide open. Now Jaron Bradley gets behind the defense and scores. Touchdown, Kansas State. It's going to bring pressure, and here they come against Beck, who lobs it. Caught Hansen, got the first down. Hansen still going, dives. He's down.
That's how a white man runs a football.
But he got the ball across. Touchdown, Iowa State.
What a call by Taylor Mauser. Matt Campbell.
Ball
That's going to be, that forearm might have slid on the ground before the ball crossed the plane.
Versus greatness, we were this close.
After review, the runner's right forearm was on the ground prior to the ball breaking the plane of the goal line.
And Iowa.
There we go. So essentially that is the recap of that game. All the other ones, we can run through them real quickly for everybody's liking if you did not catch all of them, right? UNLV won a barn burner of an over-under, 38-31 against Idaho State. Kansas dominated, called it. Sam Houston, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky won with the overhitting, called that one. And then Hawaii won at the buzzer. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story for the kicker for Hawaii. It's blowing up all over social media of his journey, so please go check that one out to give him some love. But they won at the buzzer with a walk-off field goal at home. Unfortunately, didn't hit the over/under. So went 2-2 this weekend. We'll keep track of it for shits and giggles for the pod and everything like that. But that was essentially the recap of week 0. Right? It was really ugly the first little bit of said game with Iowa State and Kansas State, with all the fumbles, the interceptions, the bad offensive line blocking, all that kind of jazz. So missed that one. We chose Kansas State -3, loss. And then we hit the 2 overs, and then we missed on the 1 under. Or I'm sorry, Kansas was 14-point win. Won by 24, over on the other one, and then missed the Hawaii. So we went 2-2. But what we want to get into, right? So that's the recap, week 0. There's a reason why those are Friday's games. All right, we're getting into week 1. What I wanted to hit on mostly was the Auburn and Baylor game. Okay, so right now, that game it should be, if I remember correctly, Auburn 2.5 at Baylor. This game is solely going to be based off of the quarterbacks for Auburn. I know Hugh Freeze put out there that they want to play all 3 quarterbacks. I don't really believe him. I think that's just more of a ploy to make sure that Deuce Knight doesn't transfer next offseason. because he is the 5-star number one quarterback that they brought in, but they also want to make sure that Jackson Arnold and the second string guy don't transfer out mid-season and like don't quit on the team. Talent-wise, at least according to like all the reports, 7x7 Sports, the On 3, all those guys that do all those numbers, I just like to read them, have said essentially Auburn has the talent composition to win this game outright. I know they're already favored by 2.5, but I'm talking like just by 13 plus points. You would think, but that's only if the online or the quarterback play is good enough to make sure that the O-line play can start leaning on running the ball. If the QB cannot complete a forward pass to Cam Coleman and others, it's not going to work. Just my opinion. I think Auburn's defense is actually going to be better this year. I think it's just as fast, if not faster, than Baylor's spread offense. But the problem with Baylor's spread offense is they are very a one or two read offense, and it's always been that way. And they are just they do have a good seniors returning player, so we'll see. I find that very interesting and very entertaining to watch. Tickets right now are going for $106. That's going to be Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. West Coast, which is where I am. So that's something that I actually look forward to. Over under total for the game is 57.5. Not bad, especially if you think that Auburn's going to win outright. I could easily see a 30. Let's go 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals. I could see that. So that's 30. And then I could easily see. I mean, they would hit the under. 30-27 would hit the under. So we'll see. We'll take a gander at everything. Um, maybe instead of maybe it's 4 touchdowns. So 34-27. I wouldn't mind that one. So that's probably what I'm gonna try to put on. The other game, of course, Deion Sanders is hosting Georgia Tech. I'm interested to see how the QB plays now for Colorado with their starting quarterback, right? Julian Lewis, true freshman. I don't think he's gonna play a lot this year. I did not see anything of him uh, redshirting, but he most likely will. Uh, I know Caden Salter is the quarterback that they brought in. Ryan Stab, if I can read people's names correctly, is a returning sophomore. He was there last year. Didn't really play that much. Caden Salter. Why do I know? Where was he coming from? Oh, he's from Liberty. That's where I know him from. There we go. Okay, so he was the Liberty quarterback. Nice. I was like, I recognize that name, and I couldn't figure it out. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how they do. I don't think Julian Lewis is going to play this year that much unless there's an injury, especially since Caden Salter is a senior. So that should be good to go to see how they do such uh, game plan, especially for Colorado, because I am rooting for them. Not my favorite team, just like watching them. Hopefully they succeed, especially because you need those teams in that Midwest to West Coast area to be good enough to make sure that all eyes are covered throughout the day on Saturdays. That's what makes college football fun, right? Oregon's gonna be good, but they play all the way up in Eugene. Ain't nobody watching that. USC possibly not good this year. So unless you really like just hate Lincoln Riley, you're not gonna really watch that. Oklahoma, um, Texas, and then that's east from there, right? Texas, Oklahoma, and then go east. So you need somebody like in the center of that true Big 12 to make it matter to where they cover all aspects of the day. At least in my personal opinion. All right, enough yammering. Saturday, the big day. Possible championship preview? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Looking forward to it, baby. Texas at Ohio State. Arch Manning goes to Mr. Super Saiyan himself. to check all that out. So we'll see how that rolls around. I think Texas is going to win outright, and I believe that they're not favored. Ohio State is favored, if I remember correctly. Quick, pull it up. Pull it up. Pull up the schedule. Graphics department. Get there. Ohio State is favored by 1.5, so everybody's betting Texas right now. Everybody's loving it. That's a big noon kickoff, 9 a.m. again on the West Coast. It's on Fox. $335 tickets is just to get in the door, just to say that you attended the game. Whew. Ohio State again reloads. So is Texas. I know that I saw one metric appearing online that it had like the least amount of returning production is like Ohio State and Texas, and like you can flip them depending on how you want to look at the metrics. Like they're in the low 80s, like damn near 90s of like, and that's the lowest of like all the contending teams, right? But that doesn't factor in that Arch was already there. He's coming back. They're bringing back another running back. Their top receiver, right? They're going with the mass deportation of talent that went to the NFL, not factoring in that the young guys did get to play a little bit of here and there last year, and transfers, right? Next big one up on the schedule, that's the noon kickoff. So after that game is done, you can roll right on over to ABC. That is going to be Alabama at Florida State. The only way this game is interesting, the only way, because it's Alabama favored by 13.5 and the over under is 50.5. Oh, excuse me. One correction. Ohio State 1.5 favorites, a point and a half. Over under is 47.5. So they expect a very low scoring game. 24 for Ohio State to cover the spread and be the under is 24-22. Ohio State wins. That's what they're banking. Essentially, they're going to say 24-21, and they're going to call it that. Or, yeah, 21-24, 45 points. Oh, quick math. Bang, bang, bang. All right, to the Alabama-Florida State game. The only way I could see this happening, so bookmark it, clip it, ship it, put it on your FanDuel accounts or DraftKings or wherever you guys do bet, but please do it responsibly because I will not be held liable unless you win. Then hold me. Anyhow, Alabama 13.5. I think they'll cover. Over under 50.5. I think it hits the under because I think Alabama's going to blow them out like 31-3, and it's just going to be nothing. The only way Florida State covers the spread, one is the backdoor cover, or the second option, which is the only way that it becomes a game in the fourth quarter. Opening drive of the game. Florida State wins the toss, gets the ball, goes down, scores 7 points. Alabama's first possession on offense, turnover or 3 and out, but that turnover has to be returned back for some yards to set up the offense. And then Florida State will then get 3 points, right? Or 3 and out, then that allows Florida State to then get 3 points. So it has to be 10-0. Alabama gets the ball back a second time. A turnover that literally results in points or a punt return touchdown. If that sequence does not happen, I don't think Florida State's in this game at all. Alabama big. I'm putting money on that one.
I was acting. Or was I?
And then for the nightcap, the big dogs. Well, really, the big cats. LSU Tigers, Clemson Tigers in Death Valley. It's a tiger versus tiger, both from Death Valley. Just bet the Tigers to win. No? Okay. Clemson's favored by 4 with the over-under 57.5. I think that hits the over. I think if... Well, I'll put it this way. Let me rephrase that. The over should hit more often than not in this scenario unless LSU's offensive line truly needs time to work because they brought in so many new parts to it. If I remember correctly, it was 4 out of 5 new starters along that offensive line, so that could work in Clemson's favor. Tickets right now going for $310. That is not a cheap ticket at all. But we'll see. I think I will never. I don't know. This is a battle of non-believers because LSU itself, I trust. Brian Kelly, I do not. Clemson, I don't trust Cade Klubnik, if I can say his name correctly. But yet Dabo does like just enough to get his team correctly, especially that defense. I think could make stops, situational stops, if uh, Nessmeyer is cooking. If Nessmeyer gets into a groove, they can't get pressure. They can't harass him. They can't make sure that that crowd is in his ear. Then that defense is going to have to make situational stops, and situational stops only comes about 2 or 3 times a game. Sometimes that's all you need, as long as your offense is cooking. If your offense can match point for point, drive for drive, then all you really need is just 2, maybe 3 stops. So we'll see how that goes. But that is the Saturday preview for week 1. I'm very excited about this weekend. Going through the list of games right now. If you guys see something that you guys wanted to talk about, please let me know. We'll touch on it. I'll do a little bit more research on those games and everything like that for this weekend. That's the Saturday recap. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But we're going to talk about the Sunday games real quick because those, one, my favorite team, two, who used to be a favorite was Beamer Ball, and unfortunately, Beamer Ball that I grew up with is on the road to current day Beamer Ball, and I don't know how to feel about it. It hurts. Virginia Tech at South Carolina. It's not a true at South Carolina road game, but it is in Atlanta, Georgia. South Carolina right now is favored by 8. Over under is 52.5. In general, I think Virginia Tech will cover the spread. It just That's a fan talking. I have no science. I have no data. More likely Virginia Tech gets the shit kicked out of them, but that's 3 p.m. on a Sunday. Right.
Hey, shut up!
Right. East Coast time, noon, West Coast. But the game of the night, 4:30 my time, 7:30 East Coast time, for $223, you guys can go see the God's country's team. All right, this is God's country, and he loves him some Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 2.5 with the over under 49.5. Hit the over. Hit the over. I truly believe this is going to be a 31-24 game. That's what I would guess. With Miami scoring I think it's going to be 31-17 with like 2 or 3 minutes to go. Miami's got to drive it down. They get stuffed a couple times. It wastes a couple clock of possessions, and then Miami scores a touchdown with like 4 or 5 seconds left. And then you're just like, please recover the onside kick. Please don't do this to me. I don't need this kind of heart attack. I think Notre Dame's going to control it from start to finish. I do like Miami's defensive line, their recruiting, and their offensive line. However, just because I like how they built that team in Miami of the line of scrimmage, Notre Dame is just as good. I'm being dead serious. They're just as good. They have just as many young prospects in draft capital. Now, Miami probably has the best player on that defensive line if you compare the two teams. But if Miami's got one, Notre Dame's got the rest. The next like 4 or 5, and then Miami's fills in right there. Same thing for the offensive line. Miami's got that right tackle. I think Notre Dame, not this season, but next season going into 2026 will have the best line in the country. So we'll see if they can grow up a little bit this year and stay healthy, especially at the guard positions. That will be something to be interesting to see of how they rotate those 3 guards, because one's a senior who wants to play. He stayed at Notre Dame. He was going to transfer. They talked him into staying, but right now it looks like he got injured again from last time I saw reports. This is about a week and a half ago. And was not getting the playing time not getting the reps of first team reps that he was looking to get to indicate that he's going to be getting playing time. So we'll see how that metastasizes, and we'll see how that goes. I think Notre Dame wins handily. At least bet the 2.5. The interesting game of the weekend, or the whole Labor Day weekend, we can agree to disagree, especially if it's your guys' favorite team, like mine is Notre Dame at Miami, because, Rudy. No, I don't care about that movie. TCU at North Carolina, and it's only because it's Bill Belichick's first game. What are we going to see? Are we going to see a situation that it was like last time TCU went on the road? Was it on the road? They played Colorado. First time Dion coached. So not this past season, but the season before that. 2 seasons ago, going into year 3 now. Travis Hunter announced himself. Touchdown, interception, announced himself. Shedeur Sanders made plays. TCU coming off the national championship wanted to come out with something to prove, but they had like out of 22 possible starters returning, I think they had like 2, maybe 5 that game. It was looking back on it, all the signs were there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how everything happens. I'm interested to see it only from North Carolina's perspective. The game itself, not really. Meh. But it's gonna be good. We're gonna talk. We'll hit on more later this week of the Clash in Paris to see if there's any updated matches that they're advertising. Right now, I only saw the 5. I hope there's a couple more, especially on the ladies wrestling side, because I think that they right now they are doing really well with their storytelling and matches itself of being really good just across the board. So we'll put a picture of that up here for everybody to see of what is the indicating matches right now, but that will be the preview for later this week. Probably Thursday night we'll probably do one. Because I think Boise State plays Thursday night. I don't really care about that, so we'll probably like when we get home from dinner and everything like that, get situated, might do that one, and then next week we'll probably be joining uh different things for doing live streams to both the channels and everything like that to put out content, especially if I'm doing this by myself and I don't have Soup of the Soup Ski right there to help me out. I hope you guys do enjoy. I hope you guys do like the video. Hope please subscribe to the channel. You can also go catch us up on Soup Ski, the other YouTube channel, if you guys are more on the gaming side. This is going to be strictly for sports and entertainment, WWE, that kind of stuff. And then also come check if you guys want to check out, especially live uh, through anything and everything. Come check us out on Twitch. I normally do the live. Soup will normally be the moderator there, and he laughs. He likes laughing at everybody, especially while he's doing his night shift stuff, or uh, basically just freeloading. He's out. He's got me out here doing the workhorse stuff, and so we got to definitely get. You know what? First time we make money off this channel, buying him a bottle of whiskey, get them all liquored up, and then we'll get them riled up with that Lamar Jackson. Should have had 3 straight MVPs, but Josh Allen was gifted one. That's gonna be our story. Hope you guys enjoy it. Again, please make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the podcast or YouTube channel, and my video games in the background indicated to me that I have been chatting too long, and it's time for me to go play some video games. We'll be live on Twitch. Come check us out. Bye bye.